Okay, friends, once again, a very good evening to all of you. My name is Ramzan, and today, once again, we will be learning some very interesting Excel tips and tricks. So this is going to be around 25 to 30 minutes of session, and I'm going to cover three very interesting things. And these are the questions which is regularly asked to me whenever I go for the corporate training. The first thing is whenever we do conditional formatting, and in that we highlight some cells. So requirement is instead of highlighting a cell, I want to highlight the entire row. For example, I go to my first sheet, that is CF with formulas. So in this sheet, I have some condition. I want all the customer ages which are more than 50 years should get highlighted. But I don't want to highlight only one cell. No, I want to highlight the entire row. So how do we do that? We will see that. The second option we are going to learn is if you have some data and you convert that into the chart. If the numbers are very big, if the numbers are in millions or in billions, so on the chart, the number looks very big. So you wanted to make it little bit look cleaner. So you convert that number into thousands or millions and billions so that on the chart, the number looks cleaner. How do you do that? And the third thing which we are going to learn today is how do you consolidate multiple sheets? This is one of the question. I go to any training, Excel basic level, intermediate level, advanced level. This is a regular question asked by the participants. So in this session, I'm going to show you without using formula, without using Power Query. Yes, people use Power Query, which is very powerful thing to consolidate the data. But without that, I will show you through the formulas. And in such a way that in future, even if you add more records, automatically that will be consolidated in the consolidate sheet. So this will be the amazing learning for all of you. So these are the three things which we will be covering. And after this session, you should try all these three things tomorrow itself if you are going to office, or on Monday when you start the office, and you should implement this. So let's quickly start with the first one, CF with formula. Normally, how we do conditional formatting, friends? Normally, we click on the 52 that I clicked on the number, and we say Control Shift down. I select the data. Then we go to the conditional formatting, and over here there is an option highlight. Agree? And you click on this option greater than. So I say I want to highlight all the cells greater than 50. So if you type 50 over here and you select the color from here and you say OK. So if you see, this highlight has happened only in one cell. Instead of one cell, I want to highlight this entire row. How do you do that? Now pay attention. So this can't be done with normal conditional formatting. But in this, you have to use formulas. So we will be using formulas in conditional formatting. So I want everybody to pay attention over here. Step number one is always selection, friends. So I put my cursor on B2 and I press Control Shift right arrow key. So I selected this row and I will select till down. Control Shift down. So I have selected a data till end. I just scroll this up over here. I'm just scrolling up. So this is a data which you have selected. Now what you will do, you will go to the conditional formatting. You will go directly to the option New Rule. And in New Rule, you will be adding the formulas. So I click on New Rule. And in New Rule, you will see there are multiple options. And the last option you will see is this. Use a formula to determine which cells to format. Means add a formula so that I can do the formatting. So I click on it. As soon as you click on it, here you will get the area to write the formula. And here I will write equal. Normally, how you write if condition? Equal if open a bracket in normal Excel, right? Equal if open a bracket. But in conditional formatting, we don't type if word. We just write equal. And I want if C2, this 52 is in C2 cell. So I say Excel if C2 is greater than 50. So how do you write? So you will type over here dollar and you will type if C2 means the value of C2 cell is greater than 50. This is a simple formula. And this formula I will paste in a chat box also. And I have this written over here also. If you want the file, I will give you the file also. I will upload it on the YouTube. So from there, you can even download the file for practice and in which this formula is also written. So equal if C2 greater than 50, what should happen? So over here, I will click on the option format, means what color you need to give. So you have to click on this format button. In format, I will go over here in the fill. When you do, you might become in number. So you have to go to the fill tab. And in that, I say, I want to highlight that in this light green color. So whatever customer age greater than 50 will be highlighted in the green color, the entire row. I say, okay. And should I say, okay over here? And here you go. So all the, and oh, you see, I did one small mistake. What was that? I didn't selected the number column. Okay, so I should have selected from A2 till J2, but it's totally fine. So you see over here, all the customer age which are greater than 50 years has been highlighted in green. So I come on the row number 8, just for the demo purpose, it is written 38. And over here, I am writing 65. You see, as soon as I press enter, the entire row will become green. If I come over here and if I change this to 20, automatically the color will go. So this is a very, very interesting thing. How do you use conditional formulas in conditional formatting? So this is the first level. I will give you one more example. And the second example, I will give you over here on this data. So on this data, friends, if I want to apply conditional formatting on two conditions, that was only one condition. If customer age greater than 50, highlight in green, that's all. But if you have something like that, that if customer age is greater than 50 and city is Dubai, means both the conditions should met, then only the entire row should become green. How do we do that with two conditions? So here, if you know Excel if with and, so same concept applies over here. So you will use and condition. And then you can use the or condition. Let's see how do we do that. So what will be the first step? First step is always selection, friends. So I come over here, Control Shift right and Control Shift down. First step is selection. And then I will go here and I will scroll on the till top. Now what I will do? I will go to conditional formatting. I will click on new rule. In new rule, I will click on use a formula. Correct? And then I will click over here and I will write a formula and I will say equal and I will say and. In normal Excel, how we write? We write equal if, open a bracket, and then we type and. Here you don't write a word if. Here we write equal and open a bracket. And what is my first condition? P2, this P2 greater than 50, right? Because P2, this 52 is in P2. So I will type over here and I say Excel if P2 greater than 50. This is the first condition. I know it is written little small. If you are using the laptop, then you will be able to see very clearly. So if P2 is greater than 50, I will put one more condition. And I will put one more logical test, means one more criteria. What is the other criteria? Dubai city equal to Dubai. So this is which cell? This is S2. And I say if dollar S2 equal to Dubai. So I have given two conditions. If P2 greater than 50 and S2 equal to Dubai, what should happen? I go to the format and I say apply a green color, or let's say any other color. I select this color, some light color I took. Okay. And then I just say okay. That's all. Should I say okay? And as soon as you say okay, wow. So your conditional formatting has been applied. So wherever both the conditions are met, then only he will do the entire row as color. So if you see this row 52 and Dubai, so entire row is there. But if you see this record, this is 64. One condition is satisfied, but here the city is Ajman. So it will not color because one condition is met, one is not. Both should met because you have written and. Got it? Over here, you have Dubai. One condition is met, but the age is 35. So it's not met. Here, both the conditions are met. Got it, everybody? Okay. In the same way, friends, instead of and, you can even use or. So either Dubai or greater than 52. Got it? How do we do that? So we will make changes inside this formula. We will edit this formula. How do you do that? Step number one is always selection. After selecting the data, you will go to the conditional formatting and you will click on manage my rules. So whatever rules you have applied, it will be showing you. So it tells you, okay, Ramzan, this is your rule. What should I do? You want to delete this rule? You want to edit this rule? So I say edit this rule. So I click on the edit option and over here it is written and. So what I will do, instead of and, I will replace this with or. So you just type or that's all. So either age is greater than 52, age is greater than 15, or the city is Dubai, any one conditions. And I say okay. Alas, now more rows will be highlighted, right? Perfect, right? So you see this age is 64, he highlighted, but the city is not Ajman. But one condition is met. In the same way, over here, he highlighted the age is less, but the city is Dubai, so condition is met. Got it? So this way, now you have moved from a simple conditional formatting to the advanced level. So this way you apply the conditional formatting formulas in the conditional formatting. This was first thing, friends. Now we move quickly to the second part. Now, the second part in today's webinar is again very interesting, converting your numbers into the millions. So now what happens? I have some data and I want to create a chart on it. How do you create a chart? You can do with the help of beautiful shortcut, and that is your Alt F1. Or in some of the laptop, Alt F1 does not work. So you need to press Alt function F1. There is a function key on your laptop. So you have to press that. So I come inside the data and I press Alt F1 and you see my chart is ready. After creating this chart, I will just right click on it and I say add data labels. So I got this number in thousands. Now you will say, okay, Ramzan, I don't want these numbers in thousands. I want these numbers in thousand only, but little bit more cleaner, means not such a 5 digits. I just wanted to condense it. How do you do that? Let's see. So over here, friends, you can't directly do over here. You need to apply setting over here. And whatever setting you apply over here, it will directly be coming in the chart. I have also given you the custom formatting. So when you get this file, you will get this everything ready-made also. So I select this data, friends, and I will press Control 1. Or you can right click and also you can say the format cells. Or I press Control 1, which will open a format cells. In that, I will go to the custom. And over here, in general, I will select and I will delete it. And I will type 0, comma, that's all. And in double quotes, whatever you want, you can type a word full 1,000. And I have given one space extra after these double quotes, so that after 70,000, that K is it means there is no space between it. So I put a space and I just say okay. So you see, this numbers will be converted, and wow, and you see this number became 70K. So this is very, very interesting, that bigger number you can make it smaller. In the same way, friends, we can apply it for millions also. So again, I select this, and again I go to the insert, and now I'm going over here. I'm not using a shortcut, so that you know that from insert also you can do it. And here is the column chart. Let's try a bar chart. So I click on a bar chart and my bar chart is ready. I put the bar chart somewhere over here, and again I delete the below, I delete the grid lines, and I wanted to insert the data labels. So I right click on it and I say add data labels. So if you see this data labels numbers, these are really big numbers, right? So I wanted to convert this into the millions so that it can easily be displayed and looks little bit cleaner. Again, same method I will use. I will select the data, and what shortcut you will press? You will press Control 1. So I press Control 1 and my cell formatting has opened. Where you will go now? You all will go to Custom and you will click on General, just delete it and apply the format. So I say over here 0.00, and again I put 2 times comma, then double quotes, space, so that after the number I get 1 space, and I want M. Here even you can type million, but again if you type million in the chart, it will take a million word. So again it will become big. Our intention is to keep it little small and clean. So just type M and I press enter. That's all, and you see the numbers has been converted into the millions. So this is something very, very interesting. You can use practically in your regular work, friend. So big number converting into the thousands and million. So this was the second point for today. The first point was how do you implement the formulas in conditional formatting. Second was converting into the thousands and millions. And the third, last thing for today, which is awesome and you all are going to love it, that is consolidating the different sheets. And you believe me, friend, this is one of the topic everybody wants to learn who regularly work on consolidating data. So I have a data of Jan, of Feb, of March in 3 different sheets. And I want to create a pivot table, means I want to create a summary report. So to create a summary report, it is advisable to bring all the data in one sheet, and on that one single sheet, you create a pivot table. This is recommended, okay? And we do this way only. So how do we do that? Yes, pivot table are also created on 3 different individual sheets, but we don't prefer that. Always consolidate in one sheet and do pivot on one sheet. This is recommended. Now I have 3 different sheets, friends, and I have a 4th sheet with the name consolidate. So if I go on Jan, I have 30 records, remember. So 30 days, and in Feb, I have again till 28. So I have 28 records, and in March again 30. So around, you can say 30, 30, 90, 90, 89, 90 records are there with me. So I wanted to consolidate. So I will use a very interesting formula, and that is known as VSTACK. So you have 2 formula. One is HStack and another is VSTACK. Beautiful formula. How do you use that? You will just type over here equal and you will type VS. You type VS and you get VSTACK. You see what it is? Vertically stacks array into one array. Means arrays means different data regions can be combined and can make one region, one array. So I say VSTACK. Remember a note. This VSTACK formula will be there only in Office 365 version. If you are using an old version, you will not get this formula. Only in Office 365 version you will get. So you will type equal VSTACK, friends, and you see he is asking array 1 means range 1. So I go to the gen sheet and I come on row number 1 and I say Control Shift right, Control Shift down. I selected this data. You know how do you select the data? Simple. Again, I come on the top and I put comma. And then I say Excel, I want to combine Feb also. I go to the Feb and again I select the data without the heading. Don't select heading. Comma. Again, I go to the March sheet. I put my cursor on 59 number because this is a second record. Control Shift right, Control Shift down. That's all. This you know how do you select the 3 different ranges. Just you have to add a VSTACK formula. Want to see the magic? And I press enter. So, and your work is done. So you see from row number 1 and I go till end 89. Oh, what I can see, the date format has been changed. Over here, this date format, no problem. You select the date format and it has been converted to the numbers. So to bring again back to the format, you can press Control Shift 3. Control Shift 3. So again, it will go to the date format. So now you see all the 3 sheets has been combined. So no need of using macro, no need of using Power Query. Yes, I used to teach Power Query, but here now you got a VSTACK formula to combine multiple sheets into one, which is amazing. I hope you have liked this, friend, but I'm going to go a little bit more in depth so you get more ideas on that. What problem you will face and what is the solution? Now I will show you one problem in this. Now, friends, you have got the data till 89. Okay, done. Now, if you add any extra record in Gen, I know it's still 31st January, it's done, but just to show you, give you one idea, I copy this and I paste over here and I write row number 31 and here I write any date. For example, I write, for example, instead of this, I write there was one more record of 10. I have wrote 10. I just make it bold, color it. Now this is the extra record which I have added. Will this extra record come in Consolidate? Will it come? No, it won't come. Because when I selected the range, you remember I came over here and I said Control Shift right and Control Shift down. It selected till row number 30. Right? It didn't select it down. So it is not going to come. So now you have 2 options. Either you come here in the formula over here and again you change. Instead of 31, you say manually 32. And now when you see over here, you get 1 row extra over here. It will not come here. It will come in January. So we go to the Jan and you see this row. This has come as an extra. This is one method, but we want to do it dynamically. This point is important for all of you to understand how I will do it. I want you to pay attention on this, some interesting thing where I will show you how do you do it dynamically. So what I will do, I will go to the Gen and over here I will delete this last record. So I made everything as it is the original. Jan, Feb, March, and this is also blank. Everything in front of you. To make it dynamic, you need to convert this data into the table mode. If you convert your data into table mode, you are set. In future, even if you add extra records, Excel will automatically consolidate in a consolidate sheet. Let's see how it works, friends. So how do you convert a data into table mode? You just say Control T and you press enter. When you press Control T, the data gets converted into a table mode. And here is the table name. He gave a table name 5. Why? He didn't took table name 1 because few minutes back I was trying this. So it took table number 1, 2, 3. Now when I converted, it took table number 5. When you practice, In your file, it will be table number 1. So this table number 5, he took default. Again, I go to the next sheet and I say Control T and I press enter. Table number 6. I go in the March sheet, Control T, only Control T you have to press, and table number 7. So this is table number 7, 6, and 5. It means now you want to combine not the ranges, but the table names. So you wanted to combine data with the help of table name. So I go in the consolidate and you see how I will use. Fantastic. You will say equal. Let me zoom it for you. So I go a little bit more this. And I say over here equal and I say VSTACK. Normally what I told you, go to the gen and then select. Agree? Now you will not do that. You will just say equal VSTACK and you will type the name of the table. So you just type TA and you will see all the tables name which you have pressed by pressing Control T. And I said table 1, table 5, comma, another table which you want to combine. I said table 6, comma, another table which you want to combine. And I said table 7. Want to see the magic? The formula also become little small, right? Instead of showing the range, it's just a table name. See, I'm pressing enter and your magic done. And you got all the records. Now I will show you some more magic. Now we will see how it implements. So remember this. Here you have a data till 30th Jan. Okay, 31st Jan, this recorder here. Now I will add one record extra in sheet number 1. Automatically this should populate, and it will populate in such a way that he will fill the February data down and in between he will add. So this is fantastic feature. So your data sequence is also maintained properly. This is amazing formula. Okay, so I go over here and I go to the gen and I go in the end of a gen and I am just copying this record and pasting for your idea. And here, friends, I'm changing this to the 10. Got it? So this is the extra record which I have put 10 gen, and the customer age is, for example, 100 years. Okay. And now when I go to the consolidate over here, you will see one magic. You see over here, this is a new data which has been came in between. Got it? So whenever you will fill the data, it will come over here. And this is fantastic thing. There was a case study which I did recently for one company. They have a store across locations, different countries. It's for the ice cream shop. So they daily get a report in different sheets. So they get almost from 35 to 37 different stores Excel sheet, and they wanted to consolidate. They were using a macro, but sometime it was creating a problem. I gave them this solution that you just put the data and use a VSTACK formula. And whenever you get a data, just paste it and make it Control T. Automatically, you'll get in one consolidate sheet. All the 36 tables are consolidated. And on that, they have now created the pivot. So they just paste the data and all the pivots are refreshed automatically. This is the actual case study which I did. Hence, I took in today's webinar this concept of VSTACK, friend. So this is a very simple, very powerful formula. You don't have to use any complex formula to combine. I hope you have understood this, friends, and you have liked it. So in last 30 minutes, see, it's 29 minutes, exactly 30 minutes. We covered 3 important things. How do you use formulas in conditional formatting? How do you convert bigger number into the thousands and millions by using custom format? How do you combine multiple sheets into one? Thank you so much, everybody. I hope it has increased your knowledge and you should implement in your regular work. Thank you so much.